said the devil is a liar. And you have to understand why. It's because I'm a very extrovert person. I'm always traveling with people, always outgoing, always doing things with people. And so the Lord says, I want you to go on this journey with me for a year. And I said, well, God, if it's you speaking, you have to give me a scripture. And so he did. He gave me the book of Esther. And in the book of Esther, many of y'all know when Esther is going to be prepared to become the future queen of Persia, that she had to prepare, basically prepare. She had to prepare for at least 1 year, basically 1 year. So God took me on this journey, and because I said misery love company, I said, God, if I'm gonna go on this journey, I'm gonna have to go with some other women. And so about 30 women started on the journey with me, went into a year program. They'll be graduating on tomorrow, all right? A class will finally be for real. And so I started a finally be for real 1 year university program, particularly geared to women who needs to shed some stuff.
Gave me a bright idea that I wanted to be on stage and inspire other people. Maybe for a minute, maybe to alleviate the pressure of whatever it was that they were going through. Or maybe to help them understand that they too could follow a dream of being on stage or just sharing whatever it was that they were going through. And so for me, 42nd Street, Dream Girls, Cats, all of those pieces meant so much to me. And to this day, my mom reminds me, as we were leaving the theater one day, there was a long white limousine going by, and at about the age of 8, I told her, we're gonna ride it. Now that's a vision that of course is now there. And lucky for me, oh blessed, right? So blessed that I had a mom who saw fit to help me develop whatever it was I needed. She had me in voice classes, in dance classes, but she definitely wanted me to have the opportunity, and that's all we need, is the opportunity. Hip Hop Sisters is something that I co-founded with two sisters, Dr. Lynn Richardson and Dr. Felicia Shaw. And we have a signature initiative called #EducateOurMen, where we send young men to school. Our partnering university is an HBCU, Dillard University. We have men that are attending and making their way through school. We have 2 graduates thus far. We sent 4 women to school on $100,000 scholarships. This is why I named myself Light.
What is it that happens? We are educated, we get degrees, we get good jobs. Why do we find ourselves in a feast or famine situation? Many people would say it's because we need financial literacy, right?
What are some of the other reasons? Anybody, raise your hand. Why do you think we have money issues? Yes. We spend beyond our means. Who else? Yes. Bad relationship with money? Okay, yes, back here. Not being disciplined? Yes. Entitlement? We don't know how to invest? What else? Yes.
Credit cards? Yes. Emotional spending? Yes. Generational issues with money? Yes, in the back. keeping up with the Joneses, and they broke too. College, I didn't have a whole lot of knowledge about money. All I knew was I was on scholarship, I'm at a great academic institution, so I get into a room the first week of school about half this size, and there are credit card tables all around the room, right? Anybody know about that? So I did not get one credit card, I decided to get one of each. That didn't go over well. So I understood I'd have to pay the bills, but I guess I just was too delusional to realize I didn't have them.
Give a little money.
I want to. I came to introduce myself. I'm MC Light and Dr. Jazz and Larry Richardson Docs doing their thing on the spot. Okay. I had a wonderful time here for the inaugural event that is about to change women's lives forever for decades and decades to come. I'm so honored to be a part of the very first gathering for what will make history. So thank you for this invitation.
Absolutely, and first is important in scripture. And I first is, the first fruit, the firstborn, the first always belong to God. And somebody asked me how you pick these speakers, and I knew that the first set of speakers I called my starting five. And so when I was doing an interview a couple of weeks ago, I said MC Light is my power forward. Lynn Richardson is my point guard. Bishop Rosie O'Neill is down in the low post. Dr. Anita is on the wing. Dr. Dallas is on the other wing. And they said, well, where are you? I said, I'm on the sideline. Because there comes a point in your life where you got to put other people on the platform, other people in the game. And I knew that I had the right starting five, and you weren't going to fumble the ball. And you blessed us so much at the breakfast for Unstoppable, talking about your journey and what it means to us. And then Dr. Lynn with Wealthy Me. I've been a follower of you, just been inspired by you, because I'm from Trinidad and I came from a poor country. And so all my money is new money. And I don't know how to handle new money. And so I've seen so many preachers who after being on a platform, they still end up poor and broke. And I didn't want that to happen to me. And so I thank you.
Here at the Finally Meet for Real conference with Dr. Jazz, and I just left the ballroom with Dr. Anita Phillips, and you were amazing. I was surprised I had my eyelashes left on after crying so much. Listen, let's start off by asking you, how do you know Dr. Jazz?
I met Dr. Jazz because we have our spiritual father in common in Bishop T.D. Jakes. And so that's how I first came into contact with her personally. Of course, everybody knows who the daughter of Thunder is.
And now lightning and earth, wind, and fire to be.
Come on.
So listen, what do you think about this conference?
Oh, I love the way that she's put this conference together because it is strategically designed to impact every dimension of a woman. And so when you leave this conference, you will have dealt with finances, mental health, physical health, relational health, spiritual health. I mean, I think it's just absolutely brilliant the way that she's stacked all of those dimensions to help us be a whole person.
Yes, ma'am. Mental illness has a stigma. I think it's getting a little better. But thank you for being in that realm of, work because it's so needed, right? What do you credit or blame the mental illness of our Black men?
Well, anything that undermines my emotional health, my mindset, or my behavior is attacking my mental health. And there are so many things in society that are particularly stacked against Black men. The history of racism, generational trauma. One of the things people don't recognize is that trauma can actually change our DNA. So there's generational trauma that is being passed down for Black men and women, generation after generation, but the limitations on opportunities in society, the stereotypes through which they're viewed. Black men are feared, and so as a result, they haven't been able to advance as quickly as Black women because they're more feared. And so that puts them in a negative position from a racial standpoint, but also within the community then from a relational standpoint, because it's leaving Black men and women not always on the same level. And that makes relationships hard, and if we undermine the relationships, we undermine the family.
Yeah,
And then what do we have
put.
left?
Yeah, you said something that's very obvious. I don't think a lot of people talk about it. Black men are feared. But why are they feared? Because they're powerful.
Of course.
They're the most beautiful creatures on the earth.
Because
Like,
of their
come on
strength.
now.
Absolutely.
Bang, boom,
Come on
cut it.
now. I love me some black men.
Yes, me too.
And one in particular.
Woo,
You
give
know,
him a
we'll
shout
talk
out.
about him
Give him a
later.
shout
Hey,
out.
We should dream big, and the fact that we have God on our side, we know for sure that our vision will tarry, it will come to pass once we put that vision down. So for me, that's one of the biggest takeaway, and I really, really like her team. Finally, me for real. Because as women, we go through so many circumstances, and all of us have testimonies to share. And it's out of these circumstances that we ourselves are truly born into our destiny. So I really embrace this this team, and I can see myself being finally me. So I'm looking forward to the other sessions and taking away a lot of positive things from the session. So I really bless God for Dr. Jazz, and I really bless God for this conference.
Hi, this is Bishop Rosie O'Neill. You know, being here at Finally Me For Real has been incredible. This conference has been mind-blowing because, as Dr. Jazz said, she wanted some women to come together to really experience the authenticity of self and to not leave with a shout, but leave with a strategy. And it's just incredible. You know, the whole journey for me personally has been one of value and joy. Many, many years ago, I realized, I always say it this way, you can make waves in a lake, but it's gonna wear you out to do it, because that's not authentic to a lake. And that's the way we are. When we're not who God made us, it wears us out. And so I'm so thankful, even in my friendship with Dr. Jazz, you know, one of the things I saw was not just this beast of a preacher, but I saw a really great person that maybe didn't even know it all the way. And so one of the things that we have done as friends, we play golf together and things like that, is to challenge each other to see that we really are enough for what God called us to be and for what God called us to do. So I'm just so thrilled at this conference. It's been amazing, and I can't wait to see what God brings out of this great woman of God tonight and for all the way through the conference. I think it's important that we accept that God is the master designer, and He did a great job with us. So I hope you will join me on this lifetime of experiencing what it means to be finally me for real.
Disappointed place, a disappointed time, and disappointed space. You can do better than that. And noticing, because she would not put on clothes, I decided to take mine on lower. I was in the jacuzzi with my face all jacked up, and I was butt naked. We were having a conversation, talking about where we've been and all the stuff that we've been through. And isn't it amazing that you can be naked with a stranger? God, I'm going somewhere. You can't even be naked with your sister. You can't even be naked with your family. But a complete stranger from a different color, you can be naked with, because so many of us as black women, we have been betrayed. I promise I'm going somewhere. That we can't even go into the spa with another sister. But would you push on your sister and say, tonight you can be naked in here. You ain't got to be the Reverend Dr. Bishop Elder. You ain't got to be the prophet. You don't have to be the evangelist. You don't have to be the anointed one. Touch it and say, I'm sitting next to you, because by the end of this sermon, you're about to shed everything you got on, and you can be naked in here.
That's why you eat dark green leafy vegetables every day. It keeps your blood clean. You put a little cayenne pepper under your tongue if you feel like you're having a heart attack or a stroke because something's blocked. It's going to open up the blood to the heart or to the brain. You can keep yourself from having that event just by knowing that knowledge, which is why you want to get the book. But you want to get the tea so that you can drink it every day, because it goes right into the bloodstream. So not only will it go into the system to clean out, but it repairs, because it's about detoxification as well as rejuvenation.
For me, my experience has been absolutely life-changing. I feel rejuvenated. I feel like I've grown. I am so happy that I've attended this conference. It's been a blessing.
Hello, it's Misha Green back on the red carpet, but super excited because y'all haven't seen this lady before. It is the one and only Leandria Johnson, winner of season 3, Sunday's Best. Yes. And Sunday's Best, we know, is also about empowering people, but we are here now at the Finally Me for Real, which is about living into your truth. And I'm so anxious to hear about what Finally Me means for you.
Well, Finally Me means to me, it's simple. Understanding who you are, your truth, and accepting the responsibilities that you have caused or I've caused on myself, and just really putting God first, you know, and being able to, when I say I'm asking God, give me the desires of my heart, I can't ask Him to give me the desires of my heart only unless it's His desires for me. So I am here and able to tell the truth and be truthful about what I've done to myself. Take ownership and responsibility, and it starts there. And that's why I can stand here and say I am Leandria Johnson. I am, period. And that's what Finally Me for Real means. I am.
I'm walking away with so much power that I can implement for the coming future of my life. Now, I'm a senior citizen, as most would say. I am seasoned, but I'm telling you, there was something for me that I can take and start and begin to affect so many people with the knowledge that I've gained here. So thank you, Dr. Jazz. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful.
This has been an excellent conference. Actually, it's one of the best conferences that I've ever been to.
You ain't talking to the right person. The neighbor is wearing jeans as you do you. They're wearing slack as you do you. Then you run around and shake the leg do you. Tell them to say, when I step into 2020, I ain't doing nobody but me. I want to be somebody. Tell them to say, do you, baby? I don't know what you're doing, but I'm doing me. Because nobody can beat me being me. Nobody can stop me. Nobody can outdo me. Nobody can shout for me. Nobody can praise for me. So I have to tell every devil, every demon, when I step into 2020, I'm doing me. Come on, say, do you. Come on, say, do you. And if you got a problem with me doing me, that ain't my problem. That's yours, baby. Do you? Who knows about the love of God, that He loves me unconditionally. He loves me when I'm happy. He loves me when I'm sad. He loves me when I'm loud. He loves me when I'm quiet. He loves me when I'm strong. He loves me when I'm weak. But aren't you glad that the Lord loved them both? Just cause I don't speak in tongues don't mean I ain't got the Holy Ghost. Just cause I ain't swinging on the chandelier, I can't break the judgmental spirit. But don't tell me this and stop looking at me cross-eyed. Cause I don't praise Him like you, or I don't preach your breakthrough forward. Pull your blessing forward. It's coming forward. It's coming forward. Y'all ain't ready for me. I said God needed to give y'all 2-seater. So the first seat you've been sitting on is pieces. Come on, sit in it. You've been falling apart. You've been pulling your hair out. You've been concerned about your family. You've been concerned about your children. You've been concerned about your marriage. You've been concerned about your career. You've been concerned about your finances. You've been concerned about your health. You've been concerned about wealth. But touch him and say, I'm about to shift to another seat. Y'all ain't ready for me. I've been sitting in this seat for too long. I've been losing my peace for too long. I've been losing my joy for too long. But I need you to just shift to another seat. When I put my behind in the next seat, it is not going to be a seat of pieces, but it's going to be a seat of peace. He will keep your mind. I came to declare something. Put your hands on your mind and say, neighbor, when I sit in this seat, he's going to give my mind peace. Put your behind on that seat. He's going to keep you in perfect peace because your mind is stayed on him. And this peace I give to you. The world, y'all ain't ready for me. I said the world didn't give it to you, and the world can't take it away. Peace. I'm about to be living in peace, but the favorite salutation is go in peace. Pull your neighbor by the hand and say, neighbor, I don't know where you're going to after this conference, but wherever you go, can I feel something? Wherever you go, the peace of the Lord be with you. The